What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the Brew Lab with me, Lone Fox, your brew master in chief. And tonight in the Brew Lab, I'm coming at you just after the season has reset. My rank is back down to platinum, and with the beginning of the December ranked season, I thought it would be a good idea to quickly check in on the meta. And this is one of the websites I use most often. I do also often use Hub, but I do really like the way that Untapped.gg displays their information. So one really relevant fact is that Mono Black Control has officially overtaken Mono White Aggro with win rate today, which is huge because as you can see, in terms of how much of the field, at least as far as people who are running this deck tracker, it's only 8.6% of the field. And you do feel that when you're playing on the ladder. There are definitely a lot more Mono White Aggro players than Mono Black Control players on my day-to-day experience. But what's interesting is that Mono Black is the counterbalancing force to sort of combat Mono White Aggro, which is why it's even here in the first place. If we look at the list, there's a few versions, but they're almost cookie cutter, exactly the same. They're not running any of the new cards. It's just the old Mono Black Control deck. I mean, there's Meathook Massacre. That's about it. That's the only real new addition. Otherwise, it's just a Blood on the Snow, 2 Professor Onyx, 4 Lolth, Bats, like Shambling Ghast, Skullport Merchant, some Learn stuff, Deadly Dispute, some removal. I mean, it's really just basic Mono Black Control, and it's currently the #1 deck in the format, which is super interesting to me. And it's there because of how much Mono White there is. It's the response in the meta. So that having been said, it was just a way to introduce the fact that today I want to bring you a Mono Black deck, even though it's not a Mono Black Control deck, because I didn't want to just copy this list here from Untapped.gg. So I've done a typical Brew Lab thing and made a tribal theme deck, of course. Mono Black Vampires, one that I'm calling Black Blood, and this one has been shredding for me, guys. And I thought, since we're back in Platinum, it would be a perfect deck to just sort of get things going. Tomorrow I need to start getting serious again and making that climb back into Mythic. So just to kind of warm myself up for that harrowing experience, I'm going to play a little fun and tribally Mono Black Vampire deck. That's actually freaking good. It could also be Mono Black Flyers. There's only Nullpriest of Oblivion on the ground, and he's only really in here to reanimate our various flyers. Every other creature has flying. We're running full playset of Falkenrath Forebear and a full playset of Voldaren Bloodcaster and 3 Bloodvial Purveyors, which is just insane. 5/6 Framplers for 4 mana. It's non-legendary. They grow the more the opponent casts spells. You have multiple of these on the board at any given time. They're really difficult to deal with. So that's the reason why I'm calling it Black Blood. It's all of our blood token producers, alongside one sneaky copy of Blood Fountain, which can also create a blood token when it ETBs, but also can be sacrificed. You pay 4, and you return 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. So an additional way of reanimating some things, alongside the aforementioned Nullpriest of Oblivion. Then we've got 2 copies of Henrika Domnathi, because she is legendary, and it is just a really nice late game top deck, because her ability that you dump into once she's flipped into the Infernal Seer gives each creature you control with flying, death touch, and or lifelink +1/+0, and you can just dump a bunch of mana into that. And since all of our creatures have either flying, death touch, or lifelink, then they all get pumped, and that can be really game ending. Alongside all of the other great stuff that she does, you know, this additional card draw, the ability to potentially have the opponent sacrifice a creature, all round nice card. So a couple of copies of Henrika, and then wrapping up with our last creature in the form of Drana, the last Bloodchief. So we've got Blood Fountain, Nullpriest of Oblivion, Drana, the last Bloodchief, always reanimating things, and then 2 copies of Agadeem's Awakening in the mana base as an MDFC. So lots and lots of ways of getting back our threats from the graveyard to the battlefield. That's the creatures. Then as far as removal, we've got 2 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst, 3 copies of Gift of Fangs, which can also double as a buff, which is great to put on your lifelinkers, or even on Bloodvial Purveyor, who's got, you know, trample. Even if they've got a flying blocker, putting an additional +2/+2 on something can end games at times, but it's also great little removal aura. Then 2 copies of Feed the Swarms, because there are a lot of enchantments in the format, especially the cheap, low-cost class enchantments. You don't take as much of a hit when you destroy them with Feed the Swarm, so that's what I'm really having it in here for. But occasionally it's in your hand and they've got a creature token in play, you can destroy that and you won't lose any life because the creature token's mana value is 0. So pretty sweet. A little extra bit of removal in the deck. 3 copies of Hero's Downfall, 3 copies of Crippling Fear, because it is a tribal themed deck and we did need a sweeper against Mono White. So voila. And that's it. And then last but not least, our charming, hunky fellow over here, Sorin the Mirthless. Mostly just pooping out little flying lifelinkers for us. Again, more flying, more lifelink, but also drawing some cards, which is pretty essential, as that is the only way we have in the deck of drawing cards. So use it properly, cast them carefully, don't just throw him away, because we have no way of getting him back from the graveyard to the battlefield. So that's the deck. The game plan's quite simple. Just go wide with flying vampires, and it's pretty quick, because we can get a few Bloodvial Purveyors on the board often in a single game, and that just, the opponent doesn't deal with them very quickly, it's GG. And if they do start dealing with things, we start bringing them back. And of course, Falkenrath Forebear can just come back by itself with the blood tokens. If we ever get to flip the Bloodbat Summoner, that is of course amazing. And that's it. That's it. Let's jump into some games, some plat games. It's going to be interesting to see how it is in plat. Usually it's just aggro fest. Everybody's on Mono White Aggro, just clawing their way back into Mythic. Oh, I've got some spicy new brews over the next couple of days. This one here, Boros Cursed and Hallowed. I think that one's ready for tomorrow. Abzan Control, looking really, really sweet. I've been testing some wizard tribal stuff. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's jump into the games. Now at this point in my videos, as usual, is when I like to do a tiny bit of self-promotion. So if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, kindly consider doing so. We're well on our way to 500 subs. Also, don't forget to do all that other good YouTube stuff. If you could be so kind, like the video, leave a comment, and hit the bell icon. That way you'll be notified of future daily uploads. Alright, playing against Meaty Goods with a lovely shuffler hand. Wow. Just wow. Alright, baby. Well, we've got our sweeper. If it's a Luminarch, he gets potentially 2 more turns before I can cast my sweeper. That might actually grow it. past the point. Oh no! Oh no! Well, I'm not blocking either of these with my little flyer, so I might as well attack. Mono White. Mono White. Stalling my Crippling Fear with Talia. Will he boast the Usher? Probably boasting the Usher. Yep. Alright, so we can kill the Talia now. Or do we just play out Henrika and then kill the Talia next turn? I like that. Get some life gain going here. There could be a friggin', of course, one of their many exile effects now on turn 3. They've got the mana. Sorry, turn 4. They could do one of many things. Brutal Cathar, Skyclave Apparition. By the way, guys, there's a video out by SBMTG Dev. If you guys don't follow him yet, what are you doing? I love his everything about him. Go check him out. But he just put out a video earlier, about a few hours ago, about, you know, if you were the guy at Wizards of the Coast who's in charge of deciding which cards need to get banned in the format. Okay, doesn't do anything. It's just great. Sorry, before I complete that point, this just is going to be so great. Oh, bye-bye. If that was your job, which cards would you remove from each color to rebalance standard right now? And he made a lot of really, really good points. And I think most people who would watch that and play standard would agree. So go check it out. And let him know I sent you. Oh, there we go. There's the Cathar. That is oh so brutal. Can we do both? No. So are we Sorining or are we Heroes Downfalling? I think it's time to get rid of you. Stuff it. Every little bit of damage you can squeeze through against Mono White is great. And killing their Brutal Cathars feels amazing. It's definitely feels better than getting Skyclave Apparition. Ooh. Chunktown. Double Intrepid. Bubushka. Swinging in with the Clarion Spirit, huh? I think we just kill it. Nah. See what we get. Oof. This is gonna kill everything. That's beautiful. Because this happened in yesterday's video as well. Because the Crippling Fear kills the Intrepid adversary, immediately they'll lose the buff and kill them as well. Even though this is a 4/4 right now, it's gonna die to my Crippling Fear. Game 1, Mono White. Mono Black doing what it's supposed to do. Sending Mono White packing, baby. You guys can't see my deck list now? Oh, that's a first. Okay, you guys can see this on the left of the screen here. OBS must have changed something. On to game 2, baby. Dustin. Bring it on, Dustin. Damn. Kick ass, chew bubblegum. Put up all out of gum. That's a wonky hand. For sure, not much going on. I'll keep it. I'll just play this out on turn 2. And buff it up with a Gift of Fangs. Is it gonna be? Is it? Mono red spells. Ooh. Game 1. Mono white. Game 2. Is it? Just great. 2 most annoying decks in the format. Back to back. Booyakasha. At least now I've played against them so often. I know exactly my window. We'll just like instant scoop if it gets past a certain point. Like if they foretell a card on turn 2, it's because they don't have the Jawari Disruption. Then on turn 3, they're going to Expressive Iteration. Don't know if my brew is fast enough for them, but and they've got all that bounce nonsense, so even if we get like a juicy Bloodvial Purveyor going, might not be enough. There's counter magic available. I mean, for sure, right? So just stuff it. I keep attacking. Okay, so now we get to attack. I mean, we get to safely cast our Sorin. At least creature tokens can't be divided by 0, but he's clearly got 4 copies of Fading Hope. I mean, the new turns that is emerging with the Hullbreaker Kraken guy is just even more vomit-inducing than the Goldspan Dragon ones. That's honestly probably the most busted card right now in Standard. Again, go watch Deb. He has some good things to say, but Fading Hope on the token. No? Come on, don't disappoint me. I know you've got it. No. +1. Ooh, free land. Thank you.
Blood for knowledge.
Now he's got the Fading Hope, no? Oh, nice. If he kills Drana, we just bring her back with a Nullpriest. It would need a burn down the house from him, or maybe a... Ooh, okay. It's still 3 mana open. I think he still needs to play his island. Yeah, man, this card. Best card in the deck. They've always just seemed to have it. Third one in the top 10 cards, 20 cards of his library. There it is.
You can deal with my servant. I'm busy.
It's like, try and go a bit wider. If he doesn't have the sweeper, then this becomes a little bit harder to deal with 3 different threats. But I mean, here we go. It's probably just gonna be our runes. Aha! Okay. There's the sweeper. Let's get rid of the hall. This unfortunately kills our poor Sorin. As well.
To darkness I return.
So disgusting, this list. It just drives me nuts. Like, they really need to ban it. or something from it. Just these are probably just 2 Alrune's Epiphanies. That would be my guess. No? I guess he's being greedy and really going for the also Galvanic. To really put that nail in the coffin. Okay, so I mean if we get in with the Falkenrath now, and he doesn't bounce it or anything, we've got enough blood counters. There it is. Okay, well, I can't block that. This will do 7 damage to us, but I'm gonna take the risk. And that's game over. There's absolutely nothing I can do against this. No. This deck is disgusting. It's absolutely gotten just 100 times worse since this card was introduced. I mean, how could they make this? Okay, bouncing that. I guess he's just convinced he'll bounce the rest. Alrune's Epiphany. So gross. So much mana. Of course it's a blue card. There we go. Bye-bye. I hope you have a lovely life. So lame. I don't know what they could do really to fix standard, but it does feel like it's just been mono white, mono green, and is it for way too long now. And all that Crimson Bow did was make those decks stronger, and there isn't any mid-range decks whatsoever. It just makes it really difficult, especially for content creators. Again, go watch Dev's video. He'll reiterate the point much more clearer than mine. I'll leave a link in the description. You know, for us to create videos every day in standard the way it is now, and actually have the decks that we make win games, is exceedingly difficult because of the way standard is at the moment. It's super duper hard. Yakuza Amosto. Life gain. Okay. Can really tell we're in platinum. Here comes Trelisara. No? Okay. Cool. Ooh, nice. I'm happy I saved that. I don't. Wow, that's a cheeky little bugger. Purveyor. This thing is a pain in the butt for them to deal with. Yeah, this is a huge pain in the butt for me to deal with. Holy cow. This is disgusting. Oh, at least we get rid of the Trelisara. Is that the game plan here? Or... yeah, I mean, before it gets too big. We have to just race before this guy gets flying and stuff. Well, you know, oh my god. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This list is insane. I like... also, we just... I mean, look at that. Look at that. What am I supposed to do to that? Holy cow. Now he's just gonna bring it back. Let's see which he brings back. He goes for the voice. Man, it's disgusting. Look at that. Would you look at that? Oh my goodness.
Under my watch, neither vampire nor human. Still, you will serve me well.
He goes for the trade. Okay. Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me, guys. This is just a nut draw from this guy. I like specifically held off from making this deck because it just... I was like, wow. Any removal, please? Any removal? No, that won't do it.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
Or will it? Oh, we still got one more chance to get. Oh, no. All right, let's go for the swing. Super unlucky with our draws. We could have definitely top deck something a bit better than that. Bunch of lands. Our opponent's also having a mega flood there. We need a miracle. Absolute miracle. Well, that's about as good as it gets. Somehow crawling into this game still.
You can deal with my servant. I'm busy.
This freaking frustration. Oh my god, no, why? Just, oh, good game. Disgusting deck. Yeah. Disgusting deck. Ooh.
Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
We still die, unfortunately. Huh? Okay. I see where you're going, bud. Then you recast that and get a bunch more triggers. Oh no, that was an absolutely terrible misplay. That was a complete, huge cock up. I cannot believe I just did that.
My ways are not for you. I take no joy in the slaughter, but it's necessary.
Sacrifice.
Blood for knowledge.
Ah, mate, that is a disgusting deck. Wow. He just got perfect over there. Just one after the next. Ding, 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 ding. All the cards he needed. And putting that vigilance thing on the innkeeper was probably not what he had intended to do, but ended up being really good. So cheesy. So platinum. I really cannot stand that life gain stuff. Oh, yeah. But I'm starting to realize that there's a lot of decks I can't stand. Which is not true, you know, like... Everyone should just play whatever the hell they want to play. I'm not the magic police. Blood on the snow. Vanishing Burst. Sure.
Violence is necessary to set things right. You deal this annoyance.
Boopity boppity.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
Might as well. We've got a backup Sorin, so I'm not too worried. Oh dear, another Spellbinder. Yay.
What's one more grudge? Your transgression has not gone unnoticed. Things have not gone my way. You will serve me well. Consider yourself fortunate our motives align. You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
You blocking? Oh, takes it. Nice. Sitting pretty on 26. Opponent seems to be bricking a little bit. Poor fellow. Even if he kills the token, that's blocking. He wouldn't have killed the Sorin, so that's cool. Let's try and aim for the yeah, sure. That gets rid of the flyer.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
It's got a deadly dispute or something. Or he's gonna use the tokens to sacrifice the spellbinder with. Okay, he's got the dispute. Yes. Let's just attack with both. Yeah. Play out a Bloodcaster as a blocker. Who cares? One, two, three, 5. So close to Blood on the Snow, but we made it. If he doesn't deal with these both now.
I will not spare you.
He's acting as if he does have some sort of a sweeper. But even Me Took Massacre won't deal with this. It would have to be the other one. Okay, anywhere I can boost this to 5 more. Oh, okay, yeah, I had the Hive. Oh, got him. Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Victories make me happy. Happy, happy, chappy. So, quick sort of mid-video check-in on the brew. How are we feeling about things? Any adjustments I feel necessary to be making? It does feel pretty sweet. The removal is pretty plentiful when necessary. Just trying to think if I could put in like a single copy of Haunting Voyage somehow. Get all the vamps back in one go. What would I trim? One Purveyor. Yeah, he's too cool. I think it's we're just leaving it like that for now. Let's see what the ladder offers us. I'm hoping to be served up a serving of either mono green or mono white. Those are what I'm really geared towards beating. Although mono green with a little bit more difficulty. These starting hands I've been getting, just like, what is this? One swamp. Ah. I think mulligan times all around. I hate to do it, but I'd rather keep the sweeper just in case. We just see one of those snow white lands. Ooh, perfect. Some more removal. The Ass Tyrant. At least it's not snow. Just gain a bit of life before, you know, before we get to the Crippling Fear. Forget I said anything. Okay. Oh, unfortunately, as I mentioned in the intro, it's pretty quick that it gets out of Crippling Fear range. If he has another Luminarch Aspirant, we're screwed. I'm hoping for, like, I don't know, Monk of the Open Hands. Please put the counters on yourself. Oh. Oh, man. And that's us completely screwed. Okay. I mean, like 2 lands. Luminarch Aspirant. In Deb's video, that's the card from Mono White that needs to get killed. It's, I mean, I'm not saying it needs to get banned, but it's just, wow. Like, the sinking feeling you get in your belly when you see it on turn 2 and you're like, oh, here we go. Now every single one of my cards is about to get completely outpaced. Okay. We're still dangling on with dear life. Somehow.
Violence is necessary to set things right. You fight for me now.
Never ever get removal, right? Of course not. I don't know if it's like to chance it. Oh.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
If he just has some removal for the Nullpriest, we are less screwed. Mono White, ladies and gents, the best deck in the format. Alright, we are approaching the 45-minute mark. It is time for the final match of the day. Let's end this on a win. Come on, baby. We got this. We got this. We got this. I think like a little bit slightly more onto the early game removal. Fine. We just didn't get lucky. If we'd had the aura that debuffs, would have killed those Luminarch aspirants before it got, you know, to growing everybody bigger than our sweeper can deal with. But that is kind of the limitation of Crippling Fear, unfortunately, and there just isn't anything better right now that's one-sided like that. And whenever you're just trying to play creature deck, then this is the third one-land opening hand we've had in one video. Just and the third mono black opponent, mono white opponent in one video. Oh my. This is why we can't have fun right now. This is the problem. It's like just ruining a little bit the game. The only decks you have to build are decks that can either beat one of these. Otherwise, anything kind of cool, tribally, mid-rangey stuff, whatever, it's just not really much point in building it unless you just want to play with your friends. Got
Consider yourself fortunate.
brutal Qatar.
I bring my own army.
Guys, please help me. Oh my god. Ah. All I want is Crippling Fear. Please. Please, please, please.
Darkness, then.
Last chance. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, and I'm just gonna, you know, even though I don't really like, for my pride, to upload a video to my channel where I lose so often to the deck that I was supposed to be beating. But I'm going to anyway, as a statement about standard. I really think something needs to happen, and I don't know what it is, but it's gotten to the point where my initial, you know, videos like this that I did discussing Alrund's Epiphany are now probably a bit redundant. If you banned Alrund's Epiphany tomorrow, I don't think it would fix it completely. I honestly don't know what the solution is, if it's a banning or a printing of something else. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments on the matter, but this performance today clearly shows that we had some fun matches where it was close against some of the decks that were a little bit interesting and trying to do something fun and unique like I was. And then once we just ended up against the top meta deck, it was just not even close every time. So going back to my points at the beginning of the video with regards to the meta in Untapped GG's breakdown there, the reason why mono black is now on top is because there's so much mono white. And especially now that the season has reset and everybody is rushing to Mythic again, be prepared to run into that deck at least 10 times a day. And whatever deck that you're bringing to the table should be ready to beat on them, and more ready than mine was. Crippling Fear isn't going to cut it. You need, in my opinion, a very good tool, which I have in tomorrow's Abzan control deck, is Path of Exile. Path of Peril, beg your pardon. 3 mana, destroy all creatures with mana value 2 or less, which then just becomes a Doomscar in the late game. This is a really good tool against Mono White, and I have been loving it. So tune in tomorrow to see me hopefully kick some more ass than I did today. We're going to be looking at Abzan control. But thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all then. This is Lone Fox from the Brew Lab, signing out. Peace, y'all.